Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD for Fetchai.tv, bringing you this week's weekly crypto market updates, an episode we do bring you week in, week out. So before I proceed with what we're going to share with you this week that has taken place the past few days, please note that what I'm going to share with you is intended for entertainment as well as educational purposes. If you do require any advice, whether financial or otherwise, please approach someone who's trying to do so. I'm just some dude on the internet trying to share my thoughts with you guys, because I think you like to hear that. Anyway, and if you're from the UK as well, please note that you are not supposed to be watching this channel. Why? Because the UK authorities do deem crypto assets to be extremely risky and therefore are not ideal for retail investors, as you may end up losing all your investments or your funds. That said, if you are new and you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing to our channel. The intention remains to grow our channel, of course. And thank you very much to our latest subscribers. You guys are the proper DJs, and thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. Anyway, so the latest dip scared a lot of people, but that may not be the end of it. I'm talking of Bitcoin this time around. However, all these are healthy moves in a bull market. In fact, if you followed and listened to the right crypto YouTuber, yours truly, then all these dips will not leave you deep into the red. In fact, I've noticed that the weekly price increases and in turn portfolio values of all my portfolios, they are on the rise, including the public portfolios as well. They are all on the rise, even though we are seeing all these sudden dips now and then. There are events, they come to an end and we move on. And on a monthly basis, one of the things I've actually noticed, especially starting from September, October last year, there were staged parabolics in terms of the increases in my portfolios. Got 2 months where it's slightly going sideways or increasing slowly, and then straight line, consolidates up again. And it's funny, if you look at the charts when we are doing TA on different assets, you can almost do TA on any chart. That's what I've noticed. I can do TA on my own portfolio because it's doing exactly that, to go up a certain level, come back, retest once or twice, and then shoot up and think, oh, this is on my whole portfolio, not on a single asset, which is crazy. But there you go. I found that fascinating. Anyway, like I said, yet another week in crypto when nothing should surprise me and you anymore. And yet, here we are. The latest dump, I'm sure it scared a lot of people. For me, I just looked down thinking, the fundamentals are just defying any of this FUD. I call it FUD. You know, as soon as the American markets open, they will be buying a lot more Bitcoins. If I had billion to waste, I'll make sure I make it tougher for that person to come back in. I'll just send it so that they either wait for the next cycle or they are going to do it at the next retracement, which will be probably 3 or 4x where we are today. That's how you punish bears or manipulators. But there you go, they got there first before me. So in this week, what can we glean from this latest dump? And are there any strong crypto projects that caught my eye? And what about those spot Bitcoin ETFs from the US? How are they progressing? And has BlackRock finally swept past MicroStrategy, something that we've been keeping a keen eye on since past 3-4 episodes? And then we got the meme coin season, which continues. Let's dive in, guys. Let's dive in. So the latest Bitcoin dip, this so-called dip that Bitcoin experienced, only took us to levels we were the previous week. I'm not surprised because I'm looking around, I'm thinking, what's wrong with these people? You know, as crypto DJs are spoiled. The only number mentality is starting to play games with our perception of reality. Since the low of the last bear market or the latest bull run, we haven't really experienced any sizable drawdowns that we have come accustomed to during the bull run of the past. So this latest dip from around 73k to about 66,000 at the time of recording is really nothing unusual, to be honest with you. In fact, I'll go as far as saying expect deeper drawdowns yet to come, but that is still part of the uptrend. It's normal. Nothing to sweat about. Let the whales play their games, and those who are shaken out of their positions, you'll be left out and you'll be scrambling to come back in. You along with those people who are expecting a 9,000 Bitcoin, 12,000 Bitcoin, and 3,000 Bitcoin. And the funny thing is, all those people, they don't say that anymore. Oh, they were buying Bitcoin all along. Yeah, but you were going public. I could think of some so-called OGs within the space and that used to appear on certain channels as panelists. They were hand on heart declaring, oh, it's going to go to 12k, it's going maybe 3. There was this female content creator within the crypto space. Oh, I've put a buy here at this level at 9, at 6, at 3. And I'm thinking, are you for real? And all of a sudden, I'm almost all in. I'm thinking, no, you're not. But then they're not going to come out and say that, are they? Anyway, it's all for clicks, isn't it? You got to apply common sense. So anyway, nothing to sweat about, like I said. Some strong cryptos that we've seen after this latest drawdown by Bitcoin. Mind you, people were expecting altcoins to crash. But when I woke up and I saw the crypto market retracement, and I'm thinking, Bitcoin is actually down more than some layer ones and more than some micro cap. What's going on? That's what I noticed, honestly. So this whole theory and hypothesis that when Bitcoin goes down, altcoins bleed, I think it holds water to a certain extent. understand, it's not a rule. It's not a rule. It's almost like it's an exception. Some of the strong cryptos that I've actually observed, you got Jupiter, a Solana-based project, which has recovered well and is pumping higher. You got Solana, it was in a hurry. Even when Bitcoin was dumping about 7 to 11%, Solana was up like 8 or 11%, if not more, probably. Yeah, it was probably higher. That's Solana for you. It's in a hurry to go somewhere. Then you've got one of our favorites on this channel, which is Pyth Network. By the way, there is a video that is exclusive just for our Patreon channel about Pyth and other projects that we selected. It is worth watching. Go and watch that video and you'll see some of the things we are talking about when it comes to Pyth. If you don't hold it, you may want to watch this video and then maybe do your own research to see if you still don't want to hold it, even at these prices, which I think it's a no-brainer, really. Anyway, so Pyth is tending to be a really, really good crypto holding. Very strong project. It's probably time to make that move at current prices. It is still cheap in my view. In fact, I could go as crazy as saying even at $20, Pyth will still be undervalued. Having said that, for transparency, Pyth features in one of our crypto public portfolios, but I also hold a bag of Pyth within my private portfolio, all for good reasons, not to pump my bags. It is a decent project. The creme de la creme of crypto oracles. That is Pyth, and it also services the legacy finance. So Pyth is a very, very good project. Go watch that video that we did exclusively for our Patreon channel and understand where I'm coming from. Brief, but it might give you a nudge. And then if you want more, go watch our video where we performed a DYO on Pyth. Anyway, the other strong project was Conflux. Apart from its Chinese links, the tokenomics are atrocious. But then, this is crypto. Even the metaphorical pigs do fly in this space. Again, it's looking like it's one of the strong performers because it's bouncing back quite strong. This one, apart from its Chinese links, the tokenomics are atrocious to say the least. But then, this is crypto. Even the metaphorical pigs do fly within this space. And here we are with Conflux out of the blocks faster than many within the top 100 because that's where it is. Joining the likes of Solana and Pyth. You can't compare them, but it's performing quite well, to be fair. You got to be fair sometimes. Next, you got Fetchai. Now, who said AI was dead? Because the narrative was shifting, wasn't it? Well, for now at least, Fetch does not stop surprising us. I think it will keep going. But then, if the pump is artificial, it will come to an end. If it's not, and it's all based on fundamentals, this is one to watch. I'm out of my Fetch.ai positions. I came out and I announced that in one of our previous videos for reasons that I explained in that video. Anyway, we got Near Protocol. Near Protocol with yet another pivot, this time focusing on AI and machine learning. Well, where am I to say anything other than let's go? Why? Because I do hold the Near coin within my private portfolio and it also forms part of our crypto public portfolios. I think it's in both the 15K to 600K and the 2K to 100K. So good, we like that. Then we also have Thorchain and the Rune token. The Rune coin has been on a rally even before the latest dump and is among the quickest recoveries as well. So far so good. That's what you want to see. And I think this one has got a lot to run as well. And then we have Avalanche, which is a launchpad on Avalanche. Now, if you missed the news around this one, please be on the lookout for one of our upcoming videos that we did exclusively for our Patreon channel. Unfortunately, it's free to join. You don't have to pay anything. Go watch it. We got some alpha as far as Avalanche is concerned. Not a lot, but enough just to nudge you into doing your own research, or if you are almost convinced, maybe nudge you into making a move. But always do your own research, of course. Once again, at current levels, especially based on latest news, like I keep intimating, it is a real steal in my view. And this one, it might actually end up doubling or trebling its previous all-time high. I honestly mean that. And over to the Bitcoin Spot ETF though. We have news on what we've been anticipating over the past few weeks. BlackRock finally surpassing MicroStrategy in terms of Bitcoin holding. I'm aware it's a pointless comparison to an extent since MicroStrategy actually own their holdings, whereas BlackRock's holdings belong to their investors, or the investors actually own the rights to that Bitcoin, even though they can't hold it. If they want to sell, they convert it to cash. So the IB Spot Bitcoin ETF investor, they do have the rights to that Bitcoin that BlackRock are accumulating. So it's like comparing apples to oranges here. Anyway, as of the 14th of March 2024, BlackRock now holds 228,613 BTC, valued at a whopping 15.9 billion at these lower prices. If it was at the 73, it will probably be approaching 20, if not over that. That is an increase of approximately 37,481 Bitcoins over the past 7 days. That is huge. And the rush for the supply crunch continues, because I think we will get to a point where there is a proper, true, not an artificial one or made up one by some YouTuber, but an actual one where that God candle people talk about, we could probably watch a straight candle that does not stop until it gets to a crazy number. And even at that, that, people will probably, because if you decide to sell an amount at the top of that gold candle, the price will just crash back because there's no support. So I don't know how people will manage that, but I'm sure people will be competing to make a claim that they sold the outright top, but they won't sell, even if it's a single Bitcoin, you won't sell it at that same level across the board. You can't. It needs some accumulation and support. Anyway, the rest of the spot Bitcoin ETF looks as follows. So you got Greyscale. They now hold 383,966 Bitcoins. So it's coming down. I don't know how much more they are going to lose, but it's coming down. Yeah, it is coming down by a lot. And within 7 days, they've lost approximately 27,746 Bitcoins, which means those 21,746 Bitcoin, they've gone to BlackRock. And then BlackRock got some Bitcoin from elsewhere. So like I said, the IBIT spot Bitcoin ETF is now accumulated 228,612. It's still in second to Greyscale. You've got Fidelity, which now has 132,374. That is a lot from Fidelity. And then from there, you got ARK Invest. They actually lost 1,021 Bitcoins. You got Bitwise. They accumulated 76 more Bitcoin, and they are now sitting at 28,972. You got Vanek. They lost 302 Bitcoin. They now hold 7,072 Bitcoins. You got Valkyrie. They accumulated an additional 134.67 Bitcoin. They now hold 6,326 Bitcoins. You got Invesco Galaxy. They actually lost 418 Bitcoins. They now own 4,881 Bitcoins. Franklin and Templeton, they actually gained 35 Bitcoin. They now hold 3,060 Bitcoins. And finally, you got Wisdom Tree. They actually lost 44 Bitcoins and they now hold 1,025 Bitcoins. So you can see the pattern here. It's not always a net gain. Some are actually losing, but it looks like Fidelity and BlackRock, they seem to be having net gains almost on a weekly basis, which is great. Anyway, that's on the spot called BTF, and like I said, some are actually losing. Grayscale, we know they lost some, and yeah. And finally, onto the meme coins now. Now, while I've got a lot to say about meme coins, mostly negative, I also know that they help with adoption, and they also bring that feel-good factor, where some people, not everyone, but some people make lots and lots of money from very tiny investments. If I did not treat meme coins like a public toilet, you go into your business and leave straight away, I'll probably have made quite a bit. But the way I view these meme coins, especially this flavor of the week meme coins, they are liquidity generators. I go there, generate liquidity, and move on and invest in something that I'm dreaming of. I've been doing that for quite a bit, and it's working. That formula works. So my selected meme coins, I'm not going to cover everything, but I've got a selection of meme coins. Some I've invested in, others I just watch from a distance. You got the COQ, which is sitting at approximately 3x from my entry point, and this one is on Avalanche. Got Bonk on Solana. I don't hold Bonk for more than a few weeks at worst, at best overnight, and I come out. Like I highlighted in some previous videos, I use this particular meme coin, which is Bonk, for liquidity generation, and it does not disappoint. Like I said, it works. I want a couple of thousand, I want 5,000, I go there, look at where my entry points are, go in, enter, and people will pump it. It doesn't always give you exactly what you're looking for, but if you do it a couple of times, you probably get your amount and you move on. Then you have Flocky. This one, I've held this one from the previous cycle, and that portion from the previous cycle is already 3x from my original entry point. I also bagged a few more during the bear market towards the very low, and I believe that portion is now approximately 4 to 6x. I haven't actually checked it recently, so it's actually doing well. That probably this time is time to come out. I was actually pitting that against Shiba Inu, because I thought if you can hold Shiba Inu through a bear market into the bull market, the next one, it might become parabolic, but then the market share might also disappear because meme coins, their narratives on it, it comes and disappears. However, the winner is going to be dog with hat or with. Its valuation is now just ridiculous. I think it's fluctuating between 1.8 to 2 billion or somewhere thereabouts. Is it even still a meme coin? Maybe it's high time the community started adding some utility to this one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. What can they do? Can they do the Shiba thing or the Dogecoin? I think it was Shiba where they came up with Bone, and now they've got Shibarium and stuff like that. Maybe they can do the same with Dog with Ethereum or something like that. I don't know what it will be called. Dog with Ethereum. The other leading meme coins are Dogecoin, of course, which we know it does get pumped by the meme lord himself, Elon Musk. We got Shiba Inu and Pepe, and they seem to be doing quite well. However, guys, do remember that these have no particular value apart from that sense of belonging. It's about the community, but the community doesn't pay your bills. You pay your bills from your own bank account or your own wallet. So just don't get carried away. If you have made some decent returns, maybe it's about time you consider taking some cash off the table. Anyway, guys, that was a lot for this week. Any subjects you wish we covered as part of this weekly crypto market update segment, let us know in the comment section. Until the next one, bye for now.